One day Jonah was out for a walk, and the word of the Lord came to him.
Jonah, I want you to go to Nineveh and preach against it. They are very wicked.
Nuh-uh, no way. I ain't doing that. I'm out of here.
Jonah?
But Jonah decided to run from the Lord.
That will be $50, please.
Here's the money.
Thank you.
At the port of Joppa, he boarded a ship headed for...
Where are y'all headed?
Tarshish!
But the Lord sent a great wind on the sea, and such a violent storm arose that the ship threatened to break up. All the sailors were very afraid, and each started to cry out to their own god. They even decided to throw some cargo into the sea to try to lighten the ship.
Don't need this barrel.
I can't skate anyway.
I didn't win this trophy anyway. Here's the little engine that can't stay on this ship anymore.
You're just too heavy, Lotso.
The captain went down below the deck where Jonah was sleeping and said,
How can you sleep?
What?
Start praying we won't die out here at sea.
Oh, boy.
Well, the sailors all got together and decided to cast lots to see if they could figure out who was responsible for all this trouble that had come upon them. And guess what? The lot fell to Jonah.
This is all your fault, boy.
And then the crew began to interrogate him.
What is your country?
What do you do for a living?
Who is responsible for this storm?
Where are you from?
Do you like puppies? What?
I'm a Hebrew, and I worship Jehovah, the God of heaven, the one who made the land and the sea.
What should we do to make the sea calm down?
Well, it's all my fault, so throw me into the sea. Then it will calm down, and the storm will go away. Guys, this isn't what I had in mind, but okay.
Bye, Jonah.
You can
Adios.
swim, Jonah.
As soon as Jonah hit that cold seawater, the storm, the wind, and the sea calmed immediately. But as for Jonah, God had different plans for him, and he provided him with something. And Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Well, like many of us, Jonah finally came to his senses. He prayed. He decided that he indeed would do what God told him to do. He would go to Nineveh and preach. And then finally, the great fish barfed him up.
Oh, man, that was disgusting. I want to smell like fish forever. Well, off to Nineveh.
So Jonah, he went to the whole
40
city
more
of
days
Nineveh.
until the judgment of God. 40 more days until the judgment of God.
But something
40 more
happened.
days
The
until
people there
judgment of
repented.
God.
When the news even reached the king, he repented. So God totally digs repentance, and he totally forgave the Ninevites and decided not to bring destruction upon them. So meanwhile, Jonah is outside the city, and he figures this out. He realizes God is going to have compassion, and he is so mad.
I'm so mad.
Well, it must have been really hot as Jonah watched the city because, in his compassion, the Lord provided a vine to grow up over Jonah's head to ease his suffering. But at dawn the next day, God provided a worm which chewed up the vine so that it withered, and Jonah was mad.
I'm so mad.
But then the Lord spoke to Jonah.
Jonah, did you make that vine?
No.
Did you help it grow?
No.
It was here and then gone. But in Nineveh there are thousands of people who are still here. Should I not be concerned about them? I love them.
We don't really know if Jonah learned his lesson, but we can learn from him. You can't run from God. Do what he asks you to do. And my goodness, love people.
What is your country?
What do you do for a living?
Who is responsible for this storm?
Where are you from?
Where is Waldo?
What is your country?
What do you do for a living?
Who is responsible for this storm?
Where are you from?
Did you know that 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on pirate ship insurance?
What is your country?
What do you do for a living?
Who is responsible for this storm?
Where are you from?
Will you play Minecraft with me?
What is your country?
What do you do for a living?
Who is responsible for this storm?
Where are you from?
If a man named Mike has 14 tomatoes and a man named Jeff needs tomato sauce and a man named Billy makes tomato sauce, but it takes him 6 tomatoes to make a jar of tomato sauce, how many more tomatoes does Mike need in order for Jeff to have 4 jars of tomato sauce from Billy?